Hello everybody and welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul. My name is Yolanda Roos. This is a reading for our Pisces as a collective for April 5th to the 11th, 2020. What I do is a Celtic cross, like a kind of a premeditation thing. I take a look and see what's going on, and then I do a spread, which is kind of like advice. So we're going to go over the Celtic cross real quick just to see what's the situation at hand, because the Celtic cross usually poses something that you're focused on and the outcomes of what's happening. So this is for next week or the week ahead if you're looking at this before. So your overall energy is the Chariot, which means the overall energy is direction, control, and willpower. So the Chariot usually is dealing with balancing goods and bads that are happening, and you had a lot of decisions and things to decide on, and even in your spread that I did before. Your situation is Five of Cups, which is loss, grief, and self-pity. Five of Cups is dealing with sadness, loss. This could be anything from losing a job, losing finances, losing a loved one. Whatever the case may be, this is very suiting for what's happening right now in our lives with the virus and, you know, people being sick. And loss is probably more the key word, or feeling sorry for yourself that you're home. And I think, because this is your situation, your challenge. So I think your challenge is going to be loss, maybe loss of income, dealing with the grief or the sadness of being home. So your past dealing with things as you were looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. I feel like you were going in a good direction. Things were like progressing, and it's usually rapid. Then for your present, you have Ten of Swords, which was reversed, but that's hope, reaching out, and despair. So right now, I feel like you're needing stuff. It's a good thing though, because if you're hoping, you're reaching out, and you're dealing with being upset, that's good. You need to reach out for help. And it looks like next week you're going to be reaching out for that help, making decisions on what you need to do. In the future, which is probably the week after, we have a Nine of Cups in reverse, which is usually talking about a lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction. So I feel like this week and next week probably aren't going to be as promising, and you're probably going to be dealing with some issues. And this, like I said, this could be a loss of income. This could be frustrations. This could be sickness in general, that you are just got somebody that's sick, or you don't feel well, or you're stuck because you can't leave, your situations with your jobs, or the opposite, you're being forced to work in all this chaos and you're kind of like, I don't want to do this, but it's your job. Okay, so there could be a mix. You just have to apply it to what you're dealing with in your life. So with this situation of loss, grief, self-pity, however it affects you, now this can be also someone very closely related to you, but generally speaking, I ask this to be for you, the querent, the person that's asking the questions and stuff. What you're aware of is the Queen of Wands, which is courage, determination, and joy. You're determined to get through this, even if it's creating some chaos for you and things that, you know, maybe you don't like. You are determined and have the courage to get through this, and you're aware of that because, remember, it's loss and grief. I mean, technically, I really feel this is loss of money or loss of a person, or connections, being disconnected from people. Or you've lost someone in your life, like a relationship too. You could also be dealing with a mate or yourself leaving a romantic or a partnership, friendship, something of that nature. Nine of Pentacles is below, and it was in reverse. And the below means things that you don't really necessarily know, or you're not aware of, or like subconscious things. And you have Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which is reckless spending, living beyond means, false success. So I'm feeling like you could have this loss or grief because you or someone close to you has been spending way beyond their means, which is causing you the grief or the problems, which is why I was saying also it could be a mate or someone that you're leaving, or everybody thought we were doing good, we were doing great, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out, and it's a destroyer of relationships and a lot of things personally and financially. If things fall apart for you, it can really wreak havoc. So right now, yourself is Justice in the reverse, which is dishonesty, unaccountability, and unfairness. So either someone's being dishonest with you, or someone that you're dealing with, you're being dishonest with. So if somebody's not spending or living in the means they're supposed to, and either you or somebody else, this can be like if somebody in your life is telling you everything's okay and they're paying the bills, and they don't want to tell you they lost their job and nothing's getting paid. That's the type of energy that I'm feeling with this. Or this could be that maybe the reason you're trying to get through this and you have a loss is that you've found this out, that people weren't honest with you, and now you're in the cycle of getting out of it, or you have the determination, you're not going to let it take you down, but that could be part of it, because your outside information is wheel, and that's like people outside in situations that are helping you, and it's talking about changes in cycles. The wheel usually means things are moving forward. So I feel like this has happened with this dishonesty, that you're aware of it possibly, or it's coming, or you just found out, or this week you're going to find out, and it's inevitable fate. Something was meant to happen. You have no control over it, okay? When the wheel is in reverse, it's things that are happening to you that you have no control over. You just kind of have to go with the flow. It's just, it is what it is. Your fear and hope that came up was Hanged Man. And usually it's talking about sacrifice, release, martyrdom. It's usually sacrifice of some sort. And I think your fear, and it could be your hope, your sacrifice is hopefully going to be giving something up. And that could be a mate, a spending thing, whatever. You have to take it as you know what your life is dealing with, because that's in the hope and fear. And then outcome, this is not future. This is like if nothing changes, and this is the outcome, would be Two of Pentacles. And that's balancing decisions, priorities, adapted to change. I really feel like something has happened or is about to happen, and you have to make some things, but I feel like you're going to make the right decisions because you have this courage, you have this stuff, you're aware of it. Your advice, I use the Good Tarot, and the Good Tarot talks about all the things, whether it's good or bad, that they're going to affect you, that she gives you an insight of how it can help you grow. Because even when you go through devastating things, there's always something you can learn from it. So your advice, when I pulled a card, was Two of Air. And that's talking about stalemate, uncertainty, considering your options. See, you kept having decisions, options, choices, time to take a break, to consider my options and think about things. So it looks like you're going to have to do, and some of your cards that came up too, your life looks like it's going to be a pivotal moment right now for making choices for the next stage. So you had some crappy luck, okay? But you're realizing it, you're determined to get through it, and you're making choices. Because I feel like this has happened, or something has approached your life, because this was your past card. And that's a new life. And that's a new perspective, a new thing, a new choice. It's newness. And it doesn't always mean that it's, oh, this new great life. It's that it's new. It's different, okay? So something has changed. And with your situation, it's dealing with loss and grief. So maybe someone has left you, or you have left somebody. Something has changed. You left a job, whatever the case may be. If something has happened, it's created a new life for you, and that's this week that we're dealing with, or in the past week or two. Because your present one that's coming up for this week is Observer. So this, I think, is that one that's saying take a break to consider your options and think, because the Observer is looking at everything, and then your future is Thinker. So that's observing first and then thinking about your action plan. So you definitely have some stuff coming up. You have newness of life, or without your choice, you're living a new life. And then you're going to be observing probably this week. And I think you're going to be analyzing to see what you need to do, whether it would be in this, like I said, it can be last week, this week, or next week, because time is a little fluid. So you might have been kind of looking at the end of this week. And then the future, like I said, is the Thinker. And the Thinker is creating the solution, the decisions. And your thing was filled with decisions and options. And then this is your home life. So that's why I was wondering if you had something to do with a relationship, or a change of job, or you have to go somewhere, or maybe a house burnt down. I'm not trying to be stupid, but your home life is fork in the road. So your home life, maybe the thought that you had all this money, you're going to have to leave your house because you don't have the money to support it. Maybe the person that was helping you pay the bills is not there anymore, so you have a fork in the road for your home to figure out what you're going to do. Whether you're going to, hey, maybe I'll have someone come and live at my house, or maybe I'll get a roommate, or, maybe I need to sell my house and move somewhere else. And even if it's not going to happen right now, it's decisions. It's making a choice which way you're going to go. And the choice also, the fork in the road, could be like accepting devastation or doing something about it. Okay? So it's choices. You have to decide which way that you want to go. I was trying to see, I had some of these out here for you. Yeah, the other one. So this card was pulled for love. Okay, this is regeneration. And regeneration in this book, I wanted to read you this. This is why I had some of these, because sometimes the word she says puts it together very good. It says, endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die. And this was in your love sector. So this is why I'm feeling like there's a good chance you've had to start a new life. Someone has left, or you have left because of dishonesty or something that's happened, or your support is not there anymore because maybe you shared expenses or they took care of you, vice versa, so that something better can take its place. Okay, so you might be holding on to something or not wanting to let go. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, that's your question, let it go. You're about to be reborn. Okay, so you have a new life that's unfolding for you. And it doesn't sound bad. It just sounds like you're not going to have a choice in it, but it's going to unfold, and you have these strength cards and these things that are there. And then your career, it could be tied to your career. It could be tied also that you have to change jobs or move because of this thing, and it's going to cause you to maybe go somewhere different or make a different salary, or you're living beyond your means with what you're bringing in from like maybe one of the jobs you don't have anymore. So there's a lot of different aspects. You need to take all of it and consider it in your life. This is between the worlds reversed. That means that anything can happen, and don't put any expectations on it, because it's all going to happen for good. And don't get hung up on the outcomes, because all the things that unfold, they're for a purpose. So it's telling you that things probably aren't going to go the way you expected them to go, but in the long run, it's all going to work out to be good. Okay, so with your career, you need to just go with the flow of it and not get too tied up on what must happen or what you think should happen. For your finances, you got two cards. The first one was come to the edge. And come to the edge was in reverse, which means you need to learn to trust God and just jump. He's going to take care of you. Basically, that's what the card is saying. I've read the book and stuff. And it's just saying you need to just trust that God's going to take care of you. The Spirit's going to it's all going to work out. You need to stop focusing on, oh, I'm so scared. It's telling you jump. It's time to just jump. I'm going to catch you. You're going to be okay. Okay? The other one was unfinished symphony. Now, this I wanted to read to you because this is very important for your outcome, because this is finances, and this has got a good message for it. Make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. It's telling you this thing that you were starting, if you've started something, you need to finish it, because that's what might be the next key to get you on your thing. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but nothing more than clutter. Like, it's just going to be either finish it, or it's just going to be a bunch of clutter in your life. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have been accumulated. Now, this is the part that I liked. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in your assignment, complete the work of art. Tie up loose ends so that you can move forward with certainty, knowing you're on a precise path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. So whatever you had started, you need to wrap it up. And I think this week, because remember, you're the observer and it's telling you to rest and consider, make sure you wrap up all the things that you have the ability to wrap up and just do it. Get your stuff done, finish up your projects, and then you know that that's done, and you can start on this new venture, this new life, this new thing, or being at a different place in this new walk that you're going to be walking. So guys, if this was just a quick little insight for you, remember this is for fun, this is for entertainment, it's just to give you some insight, to be able to help you to be the best you, and to maybe conquer these things without having them swipe you. Any questions or concerns, I put my Facebook and my email on the bottom. Please reach out and ask any questions. You guys have a great week ahead.